Okay, good morning, everyone. We're in for a treat today. We've got Willington in the room. Uh, and both of us actually, as you're listening to this, we're on the way to Abu Dhabi for the Team Elite trip.
Yeah.
But good morning to you, Monday morning, 11 o'clock. Thank you for being here early. Now, we're in the wellness industry, which is both external and internal, how we look and how we feel. People can't feel how we feel, but they sure can see how we look. So,
Absolutely.
that's a good thing. We are the difference demonstrated.
Right.
Now, one of our most popular solutions, is TR90, our weight management program. Here, people get smaller by losing fat, or they get bigger by putting on muscle.
Right.
When you see someone get smaller, he or she achieves that by doing less, eating less. But when people put on muscle, you see them grow bigger, but he or she achieves that by doing a lot more. It's a lot of work. Okay. So today I have Willington with me on Motivational Monday. And for those of you who don't know him, which is, I hope there are people like that. So getting the net. But Willing is a platinum team elite leader in New Skin and has one of the biggest organizations in New Skin, especially in Malaysia and Singapore, and was the Direct Selling Association of Malaysia's Entrepreneur of the Year in 2023. So welcome, Willing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, James.
Okay, I'm
For this,
not sure how we're going to spotlight this and all this, but I think it's automatically spotlights, huh?
you can put them side by side.
Yeah.
How do you
So
do it?
I've got a few questions for you.
Sure.
But first, let me just share this screen so you know what authority this guy has today. Okay, so the title of today's topic is workouts with Willing, and my goodness me, look at those huge muscles. Which I've seen there has been a transformation. Okay, so Willing,
Yes.
when did you decide to start working out on your body?
Okay. Well, I think, it has been something that I've always wanted to do. Yeah. And I think there's always some limitations that we all have, like how can I, do I have time? Should I? And it's so difficult and all that kind of stuff. I think sometimes, we have the best of intentions, but then the environment, the situation sometimes just doesn't, jive with what we want. And so I always had that intention, but looking for opportunity and things like that. So during the COVID situation, the lockdown, we knew all of us had to be healthy, especially the kids. So Casey, said that, hey, we need to get kids have, 1 hour of sunlight every day. And then, so we decided to, get them out to the garden and, for 1 hour. And of course, at the same time, we could do something ourselves. So at that time, it was pretty, just do what we can, there's no equipment, just do some exercises and then some punching bags and things like that. Then, of course, started to gain momentum. This consistency of going out every afternoon, since nothing much we could do, and the kids could play and we could have some time. And then started to think, hey, this feels good, and then you started to see some results, and then say, hey, why not I get an elastic band, and did that. And then from elastic band started to get, why don't I get some chin up bar, right, to do that. Now I have one in my room, but I'll just do it maybe twice a month. That's about it, never that consistency. And then that led one thing to another, and to kind of get some dumbbells and a bench to start to work out. I think so it kind of started then. That kind of momentum kind of started at that point during the COVID. Why, right? Is that one of the questions? Is why do that? So that's partly one of the reasons. The other reason was I'm coming close to 50. during that time. 2020 was my 50th, 50 years old. So I kind of said to the kids and my daughter, and then she also started to work out as well. And then we said, you know what, I'm going to be at my best shape at 50. I think that when it comes to 50, there's many things in your mind that you want to get done, like learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube by 50. And I did that too. I gotta get, and then the other thing is, hey, why not I set a goal for my body, to have that, because we always, I mean, I'm not sure about other guys, but I think all guys have that kind of dream, to have a better physique, isn't it? And since that momentum caught on, I say, hey, why not I just do that? And that's kind of the motivation to do it.
So was it a vanity reason or health reason?
I think yeah, I think it's more vanity in a sense. Yeah. I think growing stronger is important. And I just forgot to tell you that, my dad, he's 90 now, and during those years, you start to see a slowness and a general, I don't want to sound negative, but muscle atrophy and movement slows down, and to a point where mobility is challenged, and we have to be very cautious. And he was living together in the house, and so that kind of got me thinking about, okay, if I get to that age, what state will I be? And I thought, I don't want to be at that state, so I better do something now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my mission now. So every time when I see people, good friends, I'll always say, hey, you got to work out, you got to do strength training, you got to do this now. And so I think that's part of the motivation as well. So when you talk about vanity, for myself, yes, but then for long-term mobility and strength, I realized that if I get to that age, I won't be able to do what I can do now. So I better do it now before I can't. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a...
Well, I want to say that as far as the new skin business is concerned, you worked on the business first, for 20, 15, 20 years before
Yes.
you had the luxury to look at these
Yes.
important things. But
Right.
everyone's proud to see someone who's working out, but there are more things than that. But just on a how to simple question. So what did you do? You mentioned bands and all that, and what did you start doing, and then what do you do now?
Okay. So I consider myself like a beginner, right? So of course I was like a sponge for information, like YouTube, there's anything that you want, you can find YouTube. So how to do it, what to do, what's the best thing to do, and then talking to somebody. I got a couple of coaches, some friends who were, who worked out, and I asked them, they came to my house, showed me a few things, and so I got some of the basics done. And so I think I started off with just push-ups, simple, no equipment, just do push-ups and progress. Now I have done push-ups before, and but not in this consistency or that intensity for that goal, because there was no goal, there was no get your best shape. So you just do when you like to do, right? I think that's what most people do. But when there's a goal and time is shorter, you tend to be more intense. So that was, so from push-ups to elastic bands to chin-ups to dumbbells to bench, a press, you got to have a bench. You have a bench and a couple of yoga mats, and that was it. And then when you started to feel that, oh, you're limited by the weights and safety, because when you want to lift heavy, it's dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. So if the dumbbells are like in one is 25 kilos on one side, that's 50 kilos. And you have kids running around, it's going to be very dangerous. So I started, okay, I need something of equipment. So I went around, I searched a exercise kind of multifunctional gym, and I bought it from Singapore, shipped it to Malaysia, and then started to use that to increase the weights. And because it was safe, I didn't need somebody to spot me. So it allowed me to work by myself even more and to increase the weights more. So then I increased the weights more and more and more, because I knew that in order to be bigger, or I needed to progressively overload in terms of the weights. Yeah. And till now, because of we're moving, there's a gym here, so I do my gyms, my lats, I do my dumbbells. I look forward to work out. It's something that, despite whatever happens in the day, oh, I can work out today, and I'll just go there and work on yourself, with no one else. It's just yourself. And
Do you have a fixed time for that?
well, normally it's 6 o'clock onwards, but now I kind of try to shift it to after meals, probably 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, and then the guard will come and shut it down, and I'll leave. But I try to do it probably 4 times a week.
Or it's not the home gym?
No, because what I do, if I can't go to the gym, I'll do it in my balcony with the dumbbells and things like that.
Okay. Okay. So, what are some of the things you've learned?
I think,
and then maybe you can mention how does this help your business?
Sure. Well, I think I learned, I think many things. Yeah, many things. I think patience. Patience is a lot of people have expectations, of results, and some things come fast, but when it comes to building, working out, it takes time. So even though I was so eager, it takes time, and sometimes there are weeks where nothing happens. and then so I think patience, learning more about your body, what it can do, what it cannot do. I've hurt myself several times, chin, shoulders and all that. And sometimes we're so gung-ho that we want to lift heavy. And it basically, counters whatever you've done. When you hurt yourself, that's 2 weeks of no workout, So sometimes you have to step back and think a bit, and realize that sometimes it's not, the max amount of weight you can do. It really is the form by which you can do it. Are you doing it correctly? So those are the things I have to go and relearn and kind of pace myself, go back to learn. And you learn about your body. You learn this thing called muscle memory, or muscle connection. Yeah. So that's very important. And all these things I'm talking about all relates to our business, our Nu Skin business. So muscle connection, overloading, yeah, and oftentimes I always like to say this. I think your threshold for pain, will increase. So, and that's very important. That's very important, because lifting weights and overloading, you're always constantly doing things you've never done before. You're going to work your muscles to take them to places it has never gone before. And to me, that's, when the way that you hear me talk about it sounds really cool, isn't it? Because you're going somewhere you've never been, right? You're exploring, just discovering so you are discovering your limits. You're pushing the edge of your capability. And I find that very, engaging. I find that, all of you should feel that way. If you push yourself to the limits and you say, oh, how far can I go? How far can I do it some more? Can I do it some more? But be careful. Please be safe. Please be safe. But that discovery, or that, wow, I can do 70 kilos today or 90 kilos today. It feels good. It feels good. But given that I say that, the other side of it is pain.
Yeah.
Lots of pain. And it's so much so that most people, I believe, won't take that risk, won't go that distance. They they succumb to that pain. So that's why you either have strong intention, you have high discipline, or you get a buddy or you get a coach.
Mm.
And because these things are the things that will push you forward.
Mm.
Because a buddy is not going to let you do just 10. He's going to make you do 15.
Mm.
Right? And a coach instructor definitely will do that too.
Mm.
And being safe, you know, with all the equipment and being safe. Yes, then you can push yourself to the edge. So pain is the tolerance of pain goes up. You know, and then you appreciate the pain. You appreciate the soreness because it's a indicator of progress. It's an indicator that it's working. Your muscles are working. It's torn, and when it's torn and you eat, you know, with the right diets and eggs and protein and sleep, you know it's gonna get bigger. Yeah, and
yeah, Willing. So you know you've already got full of confidence in your business as a
yeah,
leader.
yeah.
Having in the last few years seen your body get stronger, how has that enhanced your, you know, the business side of as a leader, and how has it helped your confidence?
I think in multiple ways. Yeah, and when I'm coaching people, and you know, James, I mean, you're familiar with coaching, we always look at, you know, the professional side and the personal side, and we always believe that it has to be aligned, isn't it? Right? You can't be, you know, one or the other. It has to be aligned, and I feel that one can help the other. You know, your professional career, be it what you do, or especially in Nu Skin, your success in Nu Skin will give you time, will give you motivation and reason to exercise. Your exercise results, your confidence will fuel your professional, you know, or Nu Skin business. So they're all aligned. But saying that, of course, confidence, you know, because it's highly visible, and you know, I kid you not, you walk anywhere, you know, people will notice your posture alone will win. You know, your posture alone will win, right? Your chest, you know, your biceps, as you know, vanity, yes, but the posture, the confidence it gives you. Plus, it's not that what you feel you are confident. People feel confident.
Mm.
People you work with look at you and say, well, he knows what he's talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, and he brings a certain sense of strength, confidence, commitment. You know, if for example, if he's around, I'm not afraid. That kind of a concept. So you become somebody that people trust. People will say, well, you know, wow, he knows what he's talking about. If he's here, you know, I'm not afraid. So you give people courage in that sense. You know, I hope so. It's not because I hope so. When I see other people who are like that, and I'm in that room and I see that person, I feel the same way. I say, hey, you know, I'm amongst a person who knows what he's talking about. I'm amongst a person who is, you know, who is strong, who if anything happens, he's going to come and defend, right? In that kind of sense, you know.
Okay,
So
good. I think I'll think twice about inviting you for dinner because you're going to be eating a lot more now.
there's one more thing I want to say though.
Yeah.
One of the key, and then I can probably one word is this, and I'm not sure, James, if do you remember Kenichi Omai? He was a speaker once, you know, that Nu Skin invited in Hong Kong. We flew to Hong Kong to listen to him. And he said one word which always resonates in my mind. He said, every 10 years of our life, we need to reinvent ourselves. Reinvent ourselves. And I've been saying this to people, you know, leaders and all, we have to reinvent ourselves every 10 years, you know. And I think it invigorates ourselves, our future, our business, and our team as well. So that's something that's powerful.
Okay, thank you very much. And you know what I want to say, because I'm a bit older than you, a decade older.
Really? No way.
And when you get to 60 and 70, you are going to have to work out in order to maintain your muscle. So you've started the process of preparing for for a healthy old age now. You got no choice. You actually have to work much harder when you're
It's true. Yeah, we I see some younger people who don't do as much, but somehow build bigger, faster in a shorter time frame than us. Not complaining, but that's what it is.
Okay. Thank you very much, Willing. And bye everyone.
Bye bye. Stay safe.
Bye bye.